Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Ask Lukenessmonster, episode 36, the series on the channel, where I answer your guys' questions from the comments down below. So if you guys do want your questions answered in next week's video, comment down below on this week's video, and I'll try my very best to answer it. And if you would, go down, hit that like button, and subscribe if you're new to the channel, because it does really help me out a lot. And we are aiming for 2K subs on the channel, so if you would, like I said, go down, hit that like button, and subscribe. And maybe that notification bell if you wanted to as well, because then you can never forget any uploads that I make. Anyway, on to the first question. The next question says, what prequel Jedi should Hasbro make next? We definitely need a Ki-Adi-Mundi, Shakti, and Aayla Secura. So I definitely think we need more prequel Jedi in the Black Series. It's definitely a big must. And I think one of the biggest ones we need right now is probably Aayla Secura. I know we just got a Commander Bly in the Black Series, like right before they switched to the new style packaging back in like mid 2020. So I'd love to get a Aayla Secura just to go with him kind of for like Order 66 theme there. But yeah, I definitely think we need to get every single Jedi that shows up in Revenge of the Sith, and I think that'd be a good start to like the new Revenge of the Sith style packaging with the new Galaxy style boxes. So I think Ki-Adi-Mundi would be really cool as well. I think that if they did a Ki-Adi-Mundi, though, they would 100% have to do a Galactic Marines to go with him. I think that'd be amazing, and we already have like the Snow Trooper mold, so I don't see any reason why not to release a Galactic Marine. Jay Prasad asks, how can an ordinary person in Star Wars universe defeat a skilled Force wielder? So it looks like there's I mean, we have enough evidence in actual movies and stuff to figure this out, but I think Palpatine proved it the best with numbers and like actually getting the Jedi or Force user to trust that person, and then them all turning on him, like Order 66. I mean, those Jedi didn't know it was coming, and they all just snapped, and they were pretty much dead. It wiped out the entire Jedi Order except for a few Jedi. So I think that's probably the best way, and I think another best way, or at least for them, I think Palpatine is right when it says their compassion is their weakness. I think that they're 100% every time going to give their life to save their friends and family. So you threaten their friends and family, you can easily kill them. Which I know this sounds awful, but I mean, you saw it with Kanan. You see it with a bunch of other Jedi too. So I think that's probably the best ways to do it. Nicholas asks, do you think they'll make any more Asajj Ventress Black Series figures with different outfits, like her Bounty Hunter outfit, Dark Disciple outfit, or Night Sister outfit? So I think that would be really cool to get. I think that they're going to release a lot more Clone Wars figures before they do, but I think it's definitely a possibility. I just think it'll be quite a ways down the line after we get some more Clone Wars figures than just like repacks of, not repacks, but like re-outfits of other people. But yeah, I think it is definitely possible. Mandalorian asks, also, what are some figures you actually don't like or even hate? So, for the most part, I like most Black Series figures. I think that from some of the photos, at first they look kind of bad. Like some of the promo photos just look just awful. But then I get them in hand and they're like, okay, this isn't that bad. But one of them that I just pretty much hate is the original First Order Stormtrooper. And I will grab this guy down. He is at the top of my setup here. This is the one with the red pauldron. But I hate this guy because of his arm articulation. That is the farthest he can move his elbow. This is like an obtuse angle. This is awful. Like, it looks like he's trying to cover his crotch with his blaster. That's how low he's holding it. It's just awful. So that's the main reason I do hate the original First Order Stormtrooper. They did update the articulation with the Rise of Skywalker, maybe even Last Jedi, I can't remember. But they did update his arm articulation, which is a lot better. But my main concern with figures is whenever the articulation is so bad, you just can't pose them in the right positions because they just have awful articulation. So Infernal Hippo asks, when do you think we will get the whole 501st Legion in the Black Series form? So I think that's a great question, and I think that it's hard to say. So far, we have Captain Rex, and then a 332nd, which is technically 501st, but I don't know. I think if they're going to release them, they're going to release one at a time, so it might take years to get them all. And who's to say they'll even make them all? It's really hard to say. I really, really hope they do, because I love the Clone Wars, and I think we should get like just all the named clones from the Clone Wars eventually. But I think it could definitely take years to get them all, just with the level of like actually Hasbro's releasing these figures. For example, to get a 3 3/4 inch Vintage Collection 5s, it took Hasbro 10 years to make. yeah, 10 years. I believe Fives first appeared in like 2011. At least ARC Trooper Fives first appeared in 2011, and now it's 2021. It's been 10 years, and we just now got a ARC Trooper 5. So if that says anything for you, there you go. Joseph asks, are Marvel Legends reviews going to become common? So if you guys didn't know, I did review a Marvel's Legends figure about 2 weeks ago now. It was the Gwen Stacy from Into the Spider-Verse. And maybe, I don't know. I don't plan on buying a whole lot of them. There's a few here and there that I'll probably pick up, but it won't be super common. I still have a ton of Black Series figures that I'm kind of like backlogged on for reviews. So yeah, still mainly be Black Series, but there might be a Marvel Legends figure mixed in there every once in a while. Ben asks, do you think a Black Series Mandalorian Boba Fett would use soft goods, any of the 3 designs? I really hope so. I think that like a main part of below the torso for Boba Fett is mainly soft goods with a few of those knee pads in there. But honestly, I really hope it would be soft goods. I think Darth Vader here is a pretty good example. He uses a lot of soft goods with the cape and then like the skirt piece as well. So I'd really hope they do a soft goods design with Boba Fett, but as of this point we really don't know. It's kind of up in the air. We don't have a whole lot of idea what they would do, but like I said, I would prefer soft goods. I know I actually bought all 3 of the Deluxe, Rey, Kylo Ren, and Luke all in the very background there. All of those are like the original versions of the figures, but they all actually have soft goods instead of the hard plastic versions. I actually went on my way to get those just because I like the soft goods way better than the hard plastic. Emmanuel asks, do you think Hasbro may release part of the past Archives waves into the new Black Series packaging if it is convenient? Like if Hasbro released a Return of the or Revenge of the Sith Black Series line, we cannot have that line without an Anakin in it. So yeah, definitely a good point. I think that if we do get some of these like newer waves like this, and we with like the new style boxes, we have to get some of those older figures in the new style boxes. I think it's just a necessity. I think, for example, we have the Revenge or the Return of the Jedi line right now that's kind of coming out with figures here and there. I think there's so many of those older Return of the Jedi figures that we need re-release in this line. I think Slave Leia, Jabba the Hutt, a like a Skiff Guard Lando, a Bounty Hunter Leia, a Jedi Knight Luke. There's so many I can name just from that. Emperor Palpatine, you know, there's just so many from Empire Strikes Back, or I'm sorry, Return of the Jedi that we could put in that line that definitely just needs a re-release in that line, not even archive. So I definitely agree. Doesn't matter if it's archive or just a normal figure. I think most of those figures do need a re-release in the new style packaging. Nick asks, do you plan on doing any more giveaways in the future? So yes, I definitely plan on it. If you guys didn't know, I actually have done 3 giveaways so far. I did one at 100, 500, and 1,000. And yes, I definitely plan on doing them some more. I say maybe as an estimate for the next one. I don't really know yet, but I'd say probably around 2,500 as a pretty good milestone for that. So I'd say expect the next one to be around then, but it might be sooner, it might be later. I'm not entirely sure. Jacob asks, is there anything you would trade your whole Black Series collection for? So that's a good question. I'm not actually sure. I haven't really thought about it a whole lot. Maybe like a lot of money or a little bit more than it's worth, but I guarantee if I went out and sold everything I had, it'd be more than I paid for it. I could actually get back for it. So I mean, it'd have to be more than the value of the figures, and yeah, I guess a lot of money. I don't know. Other than that, there's not a whole lot that I just specifically go out and like, oh, I really want that. I need to trade everything I have for it. It's not a whole lot like that, but there is a few things I would probably trade for other stuff. Like there's some figures that I like, but I could easily give up for some other cooler figures. Not Awkward asks, do you think if I really want a Rex, I should spend over $100 for him, or I should just wait and pray for a re-release sometime soon? So, with anything, I would say try to wait, because Hasbro can re-release anything at any time, and you never know when it's going to happen. I know, I guess it would have been about, when I first started collecting, probably about a year and a half ago, I was dying to get a Wolf and a Cody. And both of those have been re-released this year. Wolf was kind of like an online store exclusive re-release, and Cody was of course in the archive line. So I'd say if you wait long enough, they're gonna re-release it. And so I'm hoping they do what they kind of did with like Wolf and do like an online exclusive re-release where you just gotta pre-order it and wait for it to come in. But yeah, honestly, I'd say try to wait for it because I think that they're gonna re-release it sooner or later. I know with the Bad Batch, spoiler if you haven't seen the new trailer for it yet, one just dropped today, and Rex is actually in the new Bad Batch trailer. So maybe we'll get a new version of him in the new Bad Batch packaging, or maybe just a straight up re-release of him. We don't really know, but I'd say definitely try to wait because you never know when there is going to be a re-release. And also, if you just cannot wait and you still don't want to pay $100 for him, though, I'd say try to find a loose one. Maybe you can get him a little bit cheaper, but yeah, I'd say probably wait. Nicholas asks, do you have any Hot Toys? And if so, which is your favorite one? So I've been dying to get a bunch of Hot Toys figures. There's so many I want. Mainly Clone Troopers is the main ones I would buy, but I just haven't gotten any yet. I'll try to get one if I ever find a good deal on one, maybe on like eBay or something, but as of right now, I haven't gotten any. The Not So Amazing asks, I really want to do what you're doing, and that's my question. Do you have any startup tips? So I'm not sure if you mean like collecting Black Series or just YouTube in general, but I will answer both. So for starting collecting Black Series, I'd say definitely pick up any figure that you want. Like if you're kind of on the edge, I'd say go and pick it up because at least from my experience, they're pretty hard to find in stores. So if I find anything in stores that I kind of want, I'll pick it up. And definitely say find out what time things go up for pre-order and be there right when they go up because they'll sell out really fast. And if you do want to get that figure, you got to be there right when it goes up for pre-order. And for starting up YouTube, if that's something you'd want to do, I'd say just keep on doing it. Like you might feel down a little bit, you might not get as many views on a video as you want, but just keep on doing it. I know probably for about the first 4 or 5 months that I did YouTube, I probably got like 10 or 15 views on a video. And it was rough, but you know I just kept on doing it. Just tried a bunch of different things and finally found what I get views on and what I really enjoy making now. So I say definitely keep on trying, never give up, and find what you enjoy doing and that your audience likes to watch too. LBF asks, do you think it would be cool if Hasbro sold accessories for Black Series figures, like someone could buy a Stormtrooper pauldron to put on a Stormtrooper? And do you think that they would be Inquisitors in the Obi-Wan show? So I think Inquisitors in the Obi-Wan show, I totally butchered how you pronounce that. But I think it'd be a great idea. I wouldn't want to see any new ones. I'd probably prefer some of the ones we've already seen. Mainly the Grand Inquisitor I think would be really cool to see. So that would be the one I'd want to see the most. And for accessories, I think that they're never going to do that. I think they make most of their monies from the actual figures. I don't think they'd make a whole lot from selling figure packs. But I think what they could do is like sell a deluxe figure with extra accessories that you could then put on another figure. So like say they do like a deluxe stormtrooper, throw in like an extra pauldron, like 2 different colored pauldrons, maybe a backpack, some bunch of weapons and stuff, and then that gives you the potential to make the figure you want, and then whatever pauldron or blasters you have left over, you can always put on a different stormtrooper. I think that'd be a super cool idea, and something I'd love to see, but like I said, they would definitely not do just singular accessory packs because they make, again, most of their money from figures themselves. AGC Sawyer asks, what are your thoughts on a deluxe Maul with his throne, the Darksaber, a single-bladed hilt, the double-bladed hilt, a black robe, and a few different hands, so you can have the opened out hands, so you can do the join me from season 7 and make him look more natural sitting in his throne. So as you know, I love diorama pieces or just like display pieces for Black Series in general. I bought the Emperor and Throne like pack there, which is just an amazing set, and I really hope they do more stuff like that. I think there's so many different ones they could do. I know there's the Snoke one that I haven't gotten that I've been kind of considering, but like I think a Maul one would be great. It'd be such just like a popular set. It'd sell out everywhere like instantly, and it'd be super hard to get. But yeah, I think that'd be cool. I think definitely have to have the Darksaber, and there's so many stuff you could do with it. I think that'd be really cool. But I think another just like chair idea with that, just I don't know why chairs in general, but just chairs are cool. And I think like a Boba Fett from Mandalorian with his throne, or with Jabba's throne there would be really cool as well. So those would be my like top 2 picks for more like chair throne stuff that they could do. BT Photography asks, would you ever make your own custom Clone Trooper battalion figures? So that'd be really cool. I think the main problem with that is getting spare Clone Troopers. Clone Troopers sell out really fast, and they go for quite a bit on the aftermarket. So I'd love to do that. It's just I don't have a whole lot of extra Clone Troopers I can do that with. It would be pretty cool, and I think another hard part for me would just be finding a design that I like. But yeah, I think it's a really cool idea and something I want to do in the future. Faceless Enigma asks, do you think there will ever be a second wave of Clone Wars Season 7 figures exclusive to Walmart? I really hope so. I love the first wave. I got everyone from the first wave, and I hope they do a second one. If it's an exclusive to Walmart, that really depends. I hope it's not an exclusive to Walmart, just with how awful their pre-order system was. They said it was going to go up at a certain time. I can't remember what time, but I remember going to the website 20 minutes early, and they were already up for pre-order. I managed to get them all then, but they were all sold out before the time they actually went up for pre-order. They were supposed to. They were all sold out by that time, so it was awful. So people who actually got there on time just missed out completely. And then they delayed like shipping out the pre-orders by like 3 or 4 months, which was awful. I believe it was supposed to ship. Oh heck, if I can remember correctly, I believe it was supposed to be like October of 2020, and it didn't end up shipping until like December, January of 2021. So yeah, I really hope they don't do Walmart again if they do, but I would love a second wave. And if we get a second wave, I mean, and it has to be Walmart, I'm fine with that just because I want a second wave. Tammy Boy asks, have you customized any Star Wars figures? So the only one I ever did, I made my own custom 3 3/4 inch 5s. I will pin that video in the card right now and link it in the description if you do want to see it. It was one of my first videos, and it's pretty bad quality, but you guys can go and watch that if you want. Sorry if it is really cringy, but yeah, it's the only one I've ever customized. It does not look near as good as the Vintage Collection version, but it was my first one I ever customized, so I thought I did pretty good for the first time. NRG asks, do you think an Imperial Tie Fighter should be made into a ship in the Black Series? So I think this would be an amazing thing for the Black Series. They already did a First Order one, so I think just a repaint of that, maybe a different like cockpit that only has one seat, and then an exclusive Tie Fighter figure, or TIE pilot figure, would be a pretty cool set. I think that the biggest problem with this is when this guy first came out, it was heavily discounted. It didn't sell out very fast. You mainly saw them at just clearance aisles of stores because not a lot of people wanted to pay the high price for it. And I think that's the biggest problem with these and why Hasbro doesn't do these like big ships anymore. So I'd love to see it, but I just don't see it happening. MC asks, if you could pick one figure from the movies that Hasbro has not made a figure for, who would you want it to be? So, movies is a tough one because they've already made a lot of like original trilogy figures, but from maybe the prequels, I'd have to go. I'm not the biggest Phantom Menace fan, but I'd maybe have to go with like a Phantom Menace Anakin or Padme, only because there's two figures that we haven't really gotten from the Black Series yet that are pretty big characters in Phantom Menace. Again, I'm not the biggest Phantom Menace fan, and I'm still asking for these figures, so I think it's pretty big necessity in the Black Series. And there's so many different ones that I can mention from the TV shows and stuff. I'd say my number one from the TV shows has to be definitely an ARC Trooper 5s. Come on, Hasbro, make an ARC Trooper 5s. Hashtag make a Black Series ARC Trooper 5s. The next question says, would you love to see a Rex, Cody, Echo, and Commander Gree 4-pack? So I love 4-packs. I love just multi-packs of figures, and I love Clone Troopers, so this is a great way to do that. These are 4 kind of like random figures that are going together, though. I'd much prefer like a more organized set, like a 501st set. It comes with like a 5s, Echo, Jesse, Hardcase, random figures. You can fill in any of those extra figures, kicks. Anyone like that you could put in. I'd love to see a 501st one. Maybe a 212th one, get like a Cody, Airborne, then Waxer and Boyle. Something like that. I don't know. I just think like dividing it up by battalion might be better. Or just say clone Commander pack, Rex, Cody, Gree, and then Bly maybe. Or, just another figure, Fox. And like Echo is kind of in there. It just doesn't fit in that pack. But I think Echo, you could do like a Bad Batch 5-pack, throw all 5 members of Bad Batch in there. I just love multi-packs, and I think that'd be a great idea. So a lot of people are probably going to get mad at me for this one, but Microwave asks, what's a very popular or overrated figure that you dislike? So, don't get me wrong, I really love the character, and for the most part, I do love the figure. I do like it quite a bit, but there's one small thing about it that I dislike, and it is actually Season 7 Ahsoka. So this is a very hard figure to get originally, but the biggest problem is she just can't stand up. She stands up when I try. Jeez, okay. She just has the hardest time for me, at least standing up. I've had to do a bunch of weird stuff, and now she just won't fall over when I try. Thanks, Ahsoka. I don't know, this just might be my copy, like something wrong with the foot, but I've seen other people's that stand just fine. So, again, this one might just be mine, but that's one big reason why I just kind of dislike that figure, is it has a hard time standing up. At least for me. Ed asks, quick question, I have 2 orders at GameStop. Both are pre-ordered Death Trooper and Deluxe Boba Fett. It's been weeks for the Death Trooper, still nothing, and Boba Fett nothing. Should I cancel or go into store? So I'd say definitely go into stores, look for stuff, and I'd say don't cancel it until you actually have it in hand from buying it in store. Because you could cancel your pre-order and then never find it in store. And I think you'd much rather have it later than not have it at all. And I'd say it will ship eventually. It'll just take a little while. That's with a lot of Black Series figures. They get pushed back sometimes, and it is really annoying. But yeah, I'd say definitely keep the pre-order and then go into stores and try to find it. And then you can always cancel it later, and you'll get a full refund. At least depending on what store you buy it from, you should get a full refund. They don't normally charge you until they ship the figure, so you can always cancel it and get your money back. Nick Tapper asks, do you think the sequels are trash? I think that they are. So me personally, I enjoyed the sequels. Maybe it's just the nostalgia for Episode 7 coming out. Episode 7 was a huge milestone for me. I was kind of drifting away from Star Wars there. Episode 7 came out, and it just totally brought me back into it. So I have a huge nostalgia for Episode 7. Episode 8, again, after Episode 7, I just could not wait to see Episode 8. And while it probably one of my least favorite Star Wars films, I still enjoyed the movie, just the whole experience of it, getting to see a new Star Wars movie in theater. And yeah, so again, I don't hate the sequels. They're not the best movies Star Wars has ever made, but I still think they're decent movies, even though they're not good compared to some of the other Star Wars movies. They still hold up on their own, and I think they're half alright. But I do have to say, with The Last Jedi, one thing I would definitely change, they're going to kill off Luke anyway. At least have Luke show up in person, and then Kylo kill him. That's what should have happened. They should not have had him die in overexhaustion on Ahch-To. If he's going to die anyway, have him go to the island and die. Or not to the island. Have him go to Crate and then die by Kylo Ren. That would have redeemed his character for me, at least. Anyway, guys, that is actually all the questions we have for today. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.